Once upon a time, in a peaceful village surrounded by rolling hills and lush forests, lived a curious little girl named Sophie. Sophie had bright blue eyes, a sprinkle of freckles across her nose, and a heart full of wonder. She loved exploring the woods and fields around her home, but her favorite place of all was Swan Lake. Swan Lake was a shimmering, magical place where the water sparkled like diamonds in the sunlight and graceful swans glided elegantly across its surface. Sophie often spent her afternoons there, watching the swans and dreaming of adventures. One sunny day, as Sophie sat by the lake, she noticed something unusual. Among the swans was a magnificent creature she had never seen before. It was a swan, but unlike the others, it had shimmering feathers that seemed to change color with every movement. Sophie was entranced. "Hello, beautiful swan," Sophie whispered, inching closer to the water's edge. "I've never seen a swan like you before." To her amazement, the shimmering swan glided over and spoke in a soft, melodious voice. "Greetings, Sophie. My name is Aurora, and I am not an ordinary swan. I am a magical swan, and I have been waiting for someone like you." Sophie's eyes widened in surprise. "A magical swan? What do you mean?" Aurora dipped her head gracefully. "Swan Lake holds many secrets, Sophie. Long ago, it was enchanted by a kind sorceress who loved nature and animals. She blessed the lake with magic, and every 100 years, a special swan is chosen to guard the magic. I am that swan, but I need your help." Sophie listened intently, her heart pounding with excitement. "What can I do to help, Aurora?" "The magic of Swan Lake is beginning to fade," Aurora explained. "To restore it, we need to find 3 enchanted feathers hidden around the lake. These feathers hold the essence of the magic. Will you help me find them, Sophie?" Without hesitation, Sophie nodded. "Of course I will. Let's start right away." Aurora guided Sophie to the first feather, hidden beneath an old willow tree at the edge of the lake. As Sophie reached for it, the feather glowed with a soft, golden light. She carefully picked it up and handed it to Aurora. "Well done, Sophie," Aurora praised. 2 more to go." Next, they searched near a cluster of water lilies in a quiet corner of the lake. Sophie waded into the cool water and gently parted the lilies. There, nestled among the flowers, was the second feather, shimmering with a silver light. Sophie retrieved it and gave it to Aurora. "You're doing wonderfully," Aurora said. "Only 1 feather left." Their final search took them to a small, hidden cove. Sophie noticed a family of ducks quacking merrily nearby. She scanned the area and spotted the 3rd feather, glowing with a brilliant blue light, tucked under a rock. Sophie carefully retrieved it and handed it to Aurora. With all 3 feathers in her possession, Aurora smiled warmly. "You have done it, Sophie. The magic of Swan Lake will be restored." As Aurora placed the feathers in the water, a radiant light spread across the lake, filling it with a renewed sparkle. The swans glided gracefully, their feathers shimmering even more brightly than before. "Thank you, Sophie," Aurora said, her voice filled with gratitude. "You have saved Swan Lake and its magic." Sophie beamed with pride. "I'm so happy I could help, Aurora. Will I see you again?" Aurora nodded. "Whenever you visit Swan Lake, I will be here, watching over it. And remember, Sophie, the magic of this place is now a part of you too." From that day on, Sophie visited Swan Lake often, knowing she had played a special role in preserving its magic. And every time she saw the shimmering swans gliding across the water, she felt a little bit of magic in her own heart.